Cosmic Monsters Inc., shocking phenoms, hair-raising thrills, and more as trocities. Leg spread. And as the she-devil spread her legs, the stereotypical big-headed Martian came down from his flying saucer to admire the fiendish beauty. Bob and Pat, or Sue and Chuck. Fiends made of red and pentagram tats, Hollywood demons having satanic orgies all over cemetery graves. They have no shame, they're full of lust, and are fueled by drugs. Call them Bob and Pat, or Sue and Chuck. The name doesn't matter, they're just gonna fuck and bring forth death in the name of the red. Don't be surprised when bodies fry. A simple kiss. Two lovers embrace and kiss each other to the point where they eat each other, leaving nothing but blood and flesh on the floor. An interruption. Static noise and a dancing puppet appears, laughing its ass off as distorted vocals worshipping the devil accompanied by surreal psychedelic colors interrupt the late-night live news broadcast. It's a trap. A mother and her child arrive at a carnival, and the child quickly sees his first ride. As nobody's in line, the ride takes the form of a hamburger with eyes. He quickly runs and jumps inside, and the mother joins by his side, to which someone in the crowd cries, "It's a trap," as they get smashed, and the flesh and blood splat all over the crowd. Bloodweiser. Bottles of Bloodweiser are served around as the new, never-before-experienced beer, and the college town just drinks it all up, while smoking blunts, joints, and using other recreational drugs, never really suspecting any ill will from the new beverage. The next day, some would burn when encountering the sun, others wouldn't see their reflections in the mirror, and a taste of garlic would dismember some of their body parts. Regardless, some would survive these new challenges, and the night would forever serve as their comfort zone, especially when they needed a meal. Operator. Operator, yes, operator, can you connect me with the sheriff's office? Hello, hello? Then she was mortified to find that her phone had been replaced with the brain of an alien life form, and she screamed for help. But there was no one to help her as the flying saucer slowly displayed her legs and started stomping across the small, desolate town. The Florida alligator people. Beneath the swamps they hide, just waiting for the right time between storms, hurricanes, and even high tides. The Florida alligator people, looking to take back their place in the spot they once called home before being colonized by man and its curse. The runaway witch. Household items start laughing hysterically, others start dancing maniacally, frightening the bejesus of adults and seniors all around town, and there she goes, flying at high speed, laughing out loud, after committing all sorts of mischief on Halloween night, and the teens laugh with her as they join in, throwing eggs and toilet papers at houses, while others dress as clowns to scare children, and a tall man wielding a chainsaw stands in front of a line of cars before slashing the tires of each and every one. These are just a few of the effects of the runaway witch on Halloween night. The worm from another realm. The worm from another realm invades the houses of the defenseless, eating the flesh of adults and seniors and sucking the souls of children in order to stay young. Beware of its giant eyes, for they'll hypnotize before you get a chance to strike, thus ending up being eaten like a fry. Beware the worm from another realm. The egg hunt. Small little egg hunt turns deadly when a hell-spawn sorcerer curses the eggs and those who find them to a quick death and eternal time in damnation. Faster lady, run, run. Shrunk to the size of a mouse, and she tried to find her way back to the machine in order to come back to normal, but a pussycat sees her, and now she must run, and the audience in the theater screams, "Faster lady, run, run." Caught up in flames. A young scientist searching for a new breakthrough tests and experiments himself before doing it on other living beings. He travels a portal to another world, but he quickly learns of his mistake, as breathing the world's air quickly leads to himself getting caught up in flames. A Tale of Two Friends. As he walks towards his trusted childhood friend, Benjamin has nothing to fear. However, what he doesn't know will change him forever as his friend Reginald spikes his drink with a concoction that will turn him into a man made of stone. The process wasn't quick. It took about a year or so for Benjamin to take notice, but Reginald always knew, for he always paid attention, always quite fascinated of his new godlike ability. Yet, Benjamin never suspected Reginald, as he was always willing to help and perform experiments to try and find out what was happening. But it was in these moments of weakness where his mad scientist took advantage and injected more of the ghastly substance into Benjamin's body. Again, Benjamin never truly found out the reason behind his new form, as he left to live in the mountains in order to live this way for the rest of his days without scaring anyone away. Meanwhile, left without a friend or experimental prey, Reginald performed more of these experiments on other friends and family, feeding his ever-growing God complex. Sue's misfortune. She never really thought a simple science fair experiment would make her invisible and mad, but that's what happened to little Sue Robinson. After drinking a mixture she read in books, she turned into an invisible being, and she slowly lost her humanity, turning her into a killer that no one saw coming. Beneath the mountains of Guamá. Beneath the mountains of Guamá, there sleeps a giant orange, clay-face-like creature made up of earth, flora, and human waste. It absorbs it all, slowly adapting and evolving as it waits for the next Goliath who tries to take over its home, just like it happened back in 1930. Bullets and guns. The streets are covered in bullets and bones as gunslingers and criminals come back to life when the sun goes down in order to see who is the best shooter in these ghastly streets. Some were once cowboys, others were once gangsters, but at the end it doesn't really matter. The only important thing is you're away with a pistol. When the time to duel comes ahead, will you die like Angel Eyes, or will you take down everyone in your path like Harmonica in Once Upon a Time? Who knows? Just remember to hold your bones and pull out your gun when the game is on. The Shrunken Man's Mishap. Screams for help are heard, but no one knows where they come from, so they keep moving along with their day. Sadly, a shrunken man finds himself at the mercy of a tarantula that continues to wrap him in her web of death. Deep inside your nightmares. Deep inside your nightmares, he'll be waiting to swallow your soul. Can you control your dreams, like Nancy did in those Krueger flicks? Be careful what you do. Beware of the ghoul. This ain't no creature feature. This tale's actually true, and it stars you. Henry the Space Spook. From the farthest dimensions of outer space, Henry the Space Spook comes looking to scare people away from their homes so he can use them as vacation homes whenever he wishes to escape the wrath of his mandate. Captain Jack the Ghoul. Beware the ghost of Captain Jack. Though he sleeps during the day, he rises during the night to suck away the souls of those who ruin his home. Yes, my friends, I've seen him once, I've seen him twice, I've seen him thrice. Never bother the soul of Captain Jack. Green Shadows. The green shadows appear each night, some made of gas, others made of slime. They appear each night looking for a good fright, unless kids bring a light and burn them in fire to suffer in hellfire. Killer Snake Newlyweds. A Bonnie and Clyde, wild on the road, on killing spree, feeling free until they are stuck in sand, bitten by killer snakes. Now they take a reptile shape and become killer snake newlyweds. Killer Truck on the Curve. A couple drive to their home listening to reggaeton. Small lights appear on the corner and the killer truck appears on the curve and throws them down a hill, never to be saved as their car smashes to dismay and then burns into flames. Just another photo shoot. He smiles for the pics as he slowly ears his friend's flesh. starting with the head, and later to the arms and legs, till there's nothing more. His servant documents it all, unfazed. It's just another photo shoot in the castle on Haunted Hill. Roman and Gort's Space Boogaloo. They travel across the galaxies, playing electric space boogaloo, inviting everybody from Namekians to Wookiees and Vulcans. Yes, they travel across galaxies in their modern flying saucer, dancing away their failures via the robot, the Monster Smash, the twist, the hustle, the time warp, the electric slide, the YMCA, the thriller, the moonwalk, the Carlton, the crank that, the nay, the Harlem Shake, or even something as funny as the Gangnam Style. Roman and Gort's Space Boogaloo will never be disrupted, like Michael's Cafe Disco. Attack of the 50-Foot People. Raining from the stars, meteors crash on planet Earth, and all those who dare come close to them are suddenly stricken with a lightning-like substance that'll eventually make them grow from 8 to 10 and eventually 50 feet tall, scaring away all of their loved ones as they lose their minds to madness when the substance not only makes them grow but also takes over their thought processes, creating a worldwide invasion of never-before-seen proportions. The Atomic Slugs. They crawl out of their sewers slowly and everybody can escape them, but they somehow manage to catch up, and eventually they drag with them everything that comes their way, accumulating vast amounts of garbage and waste that makes them more dangerous as their radioactive powers get activated, making way for streets, towns, and cities to be melted away by the Atomic Slugs. Mickey's. During the day, many get ill after eating its burgers and nuggets, which are spiked with a concoction that gives them food poisoning after a few hours. At night, its colorful children's characters come to life as their true selves, serial killers, creatures, and ghouls, hunting down people of all ages in order to bring meat back to the establishment, and the cycle goes on and on and on and on and on. The Mighty Galaxy Ghost Trio. Their real names are Mo, Larry, and Curly, but they present themselves as the Mighty Galaxy Ghost Trio, as they try to scare folk all around and conquer every planet they visit, but deep down inside they are nothing but misfits with no real optimism or any real powers to fear. They're just three ghouls, wanting to be like the rest, and they often come out empty-handed as they fail their missions, each and every time. Cosmic Monsters, Inc. Creepy crawlies times 1,000 from the strange planet X, ready to conquer the monsterverse, but Mega Monstro and Susie Blaze are there, ready to crush every single bug that comes along their way. However, 4,000 astro bugs are no easy feat, so the siblings bring out the big guns, giant raid guns shooting and spraying every giant bug that dares to come down the giant ship. But Cosmic Monsters Inc. don't give in so easily, and they release their big guns, a colossal deadly mantis and a Goliath-sized ant, accompanied by more creepy crawlies. The blood and goo-covered siblings quickly notice, immediately activating their mechas for extra help, and so they come, shooting away with their blasters and swinging Cyberblade on autopilot until Mega Monstro and Susie get in their suits like G Gundam, slowly smashing away every single little bug. But what about the big ones? Those face the wrath of a Cassie Cage-inspired fatality on the side of Susie Blades, and various chokeslams, stunners, and figure 4 leg locks on the side of Mega Monstro. Cosmic Monsters Inc. thought they could come over and conquer Monster World, but they never thought they'd fight the wrath of Mega Monstro and Susie Blades, two siblings who treat monster killing like arcade.